Welcome to the Miami Heat News Today channel. In today's video we will talk about the trade rumors between the Miami Heat and the Chicago Bulls involving Demar Derozan. But before starting the video, leave your like, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to receive notifications about Miami Heat daily. Watch the video after the intro. The Miami Heat are clearly a team that needs to make a win-now trade to keep up with the Eastern Conference. They are currently 8th in the Eastern Conference, despite the presence of All-Stars Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo on the roster. As the trade deadline approaches, there are likely going to be teams that will offload their talented players to enter a rebuild. A team that could potentially do that is the Chicago Bulls. They are 17-21 on the season and have been inconsistent throughout the year. Perhaps the two teams could make a trade and help one another out. Our trade scenario features Zach LaVine and Demar Derozan moving to the Miami Heat, in exchange for a package that features Tyler Herro and multiple draft picks. Miami Heat receive Zach LaVine and Demar Derozan. Chicago Bulls receive Tyler Herro, Kyle Lowry, Duncan Robinson, 2023 first-round pick, 2027 first-round pick, 2029 first-round pick. This trade could potentially have benefits for both teams, and it is clear that this deal could end up being a fantastic move when considering both teams' short-term and long-term objectives. Here is why both the Chicago Bulls and the Miami Heat should consider contacting one another about this trade. There is no doubt that Jimmy Butler is a consistent playoff riser, and we have seen him lead a team to the NBA Finals in the past. He is generally considered to be a top 10 player in a playoff setting, notably averaging 27.4 ppg, 7.4 rpg, and 4.6 apg in the 2022 playoffs for the Miami Heat. The team needs to take their chance and win a championship while he is still playing at a high level. Adding Zach LaVine and Demar Derozan could help put some established stars around Jimmy Butler. Both players would help improve the team's offense and provide some consistent scoring next to Butler. Zach LaVine is an elite three-point shooter who can play off the ball well and is also capable of slashing to the rim due to his bionic athleticism. He would likely start at the shooting guard position for the team, and be the secondary or tertiary scorer. Though his defense could be a problem, one would hope that his defense improves when playing on a contending team for an elite defensive coach. Demar Derozan is a fantastic mid-range scorer who thrives in isolation and also has solid playmaking ability. He is widely considered to be the best player on the Chicago Bulls and has already been linked to the Miami Heat. In theory, Derozan would give the team another consistent scorer who can deliver in the fourth quarter, and take some of the scoring pressure off Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. Those two players would absolutely increase the talent level of the Miami Heat, and perhaps they could be the difference makers that help the team win a championship. Though giving up Tyler Herro and a lot of draft compensation would hurt, they would also be able to move off some bad contracts while getting two solid all-star level players. This seems to be a no-brainer deal for the Miami Heat. In this trade scenario, the goal for the Chicago Bulls will be to bottom out and throw their hat in the ring for Victor Wembanyama. Though the Orlando Magic currently own their first-round pick, it is top 4 protected, which means that the Chicago Bulls would likely be able to draft a franchise centerpiece if the pick falls within that range. Moving their stars is the best way to bottom out, and this is what that deal does. Obviously, moving Demar Derozan and Zach LaVine could be tough for the team from a win-now standpoint, but it is clear that the Chicago Bulls don't currently have championship aspirations. This deal would get them some solid pieces that they could use to rebuild, as well as future draft compensation. Tyler Herro is clearly the centerpiece of this deal, and the reigning 6th Man of the Year has done well in a starting role this year. As of right now, Tyler Herro is averaging 21.1 ppg, 6.0 rpg, and 4.5 apg, all career highs. He is a solid player that can develop well on the franchise, especially since he'd likely be the #1 option on the team. He would be joining other solid young players such as Ayo Dosunmu and Patrick Williams in this scenario, giving the Chicago Bulls a solid young core. Duncan Robinson and Kyle Lowry are in this deal for salary matching purposes, but perhaps the Chicago Bulls could give the two the opportunity to increase their trade value and potentially move them down the line. Duncan Robinson could end up finding his shooting touch back in the future, while Kyle Lowry would potentially be of value to any young team that needs an experienced veteran. On top of Tyler Herro and the two veterans, the Chicago Bulls would also get 3 first-round picks to either draft prospects or move in future deals. Overall, this deal would get the Chicago Bulls good value for their 2 stars, especially considering the fact that they'd get a player that is putting up borderline all-star numbers in Tyler Herro. This trade would be absolutely beneficial to the Miami Heat, and they would be able to create a super team with this scenario. Adding 2 all-star level players to a team that already has Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo is a recipe for success. Here is what a potential starting lineup would look like for the Miami Heat. Max Strus, Zach LaVine, Demar Derozan, Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. This lineup would have a good combination of shooting, ball handling, and defending, and would have answers for every situation that presents itself on the basketball court. Most importantly, this would be a talent upgrade for the Miami Heat, and stars are what wins games in the playoffs. It remains to be seen if the Miami Heat would ever execute a deal such as this one. Though they would have to mortgage their future, it could be entirely worth it if they get Zach LaVine and Demar Derozan. Thanks for watching the video until the end. Tomorrow we'll bring you more news about the Miami Heat. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to receive notifications about Miami Heat daily. See you tomorrow.